Hello and welcome back to yet another edition of our positive word. It's a pleasure to see you, and I count it a privilege to return to share. Thank you for joining me. Jesus is in the boat. That is the focus for this session today. Well, not all of us are sailors, fishermen, people who love the sea, the ocean, rivers. Some of us just stay away from the watery terrain. However, sometimes the issues of life tend to make it look like our boats are filling up. We're getting overwhelmed almost to the point of drowning in the storms of life. But I come your way again today just to remind us that Jesus is in our boats. That boat of whatever situation that you are riding on currently, you're sailing on, you're not alone. Jesus is right there with you. Whether we see him or not, whether we agree or not, he's there. That's why I'm reminding us that he's here. You know, in the account of, in Mark chapter 4, where after Jesus had told the disciples for them to go to the other side, they went on in a boat and it became turbulent. The waves rose, the winds nearly took over the sails and everything. The disciples were greatly afraid. We're told in verse 39 that Jesus arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. We should be mindful of the fact that some of those disciples, those men who were with Jesus, they were fishermen. They knew the sea very well. They understood how things worked in that watery terrain. It was their place of work. Yet they were troubled, even though they had the master of the storms with them on that boat. Jesus was able to go to sleep in the midst of a horrible storm because he knew. He was the one that told them, let's go to the other side. And do you think he had no clue the winds were coming? But he went to sleep because there was nothing to be worried about. I know that the problems of life tend to be magnified in our minds, in our eyes, and we lose focus from the master and we look at the situation and we tend to get overwhelmed. Dearly beloved, focus. If Jesus can go to sleep on that boat, so should you. Let us be rest assured that he is working all things out for our good. Yes, the storms will come, the winds will blow, the waves will roll, but he is with us to take us safely to the other side. Is there anyone who's feeling as if Jesus is sleeping on their boat right now? May I remind you that maybe you are being invited to spend more time praying and waiting on God's perfect time. It could be time to ask God for his kingdom to come and his will to be done in that situation as you hand them over to him. There's another account in Mark chapter 6, verse 51. When Jesus climbed into the boat with them, the wind died down. Of course, the excuse me, the disciples had been on the mountain and had gone sailing, and Jesus was alone on the mountains, and they saw him. God never sleeps. We know that. Psalms 121 tells us that he will never not suffer your foot to be moved. He that keeps you will not slumber. He who watches over Israel neither sleeps nor slumber. Jesus is in the boat. His presence with you is all you need to survive, my friend. Let us trust him. We will not ignore those things that give us palpitations, that keep us awake at night. Rather, we will acknowledge them before God, trusting in his presence to always be with us. Jesus is in your boat, my friend. Enjoy his presence, knowing that you can also go to sleep. You can have a life of peace despite whatever situation that you're experiencing, because he's working everything out for our good. The one who sees the end from the beginning, he's working. We can't all stay awake. Why worry? Time to pray, time to praise, time to share the good news of the Word of God while we wait for our situations to change. I thank you for joining me today. Until I come your way again, it's goodbye for now, as I remind you that you are not alone. Jesus Christ is with you in that boat. God bless you.